That's the highlight for me every day to go and see. It's not fun. It's not nice.
Six days after the shooting, Douglas is still in a coma. It's far from certain he will survive. The hunt for his attackers continues. The Trident team gets a lucky break. They have a video of the Red Rover stopped with David Gaynor shortly before the shooting. The same car is spotted by local police.
They've also arrested a driver of that car as being suspected of driving that gunman to the scene. He's told us where Gaynor is living, and also he's given us a phone which has got the telephone number for David Gaynor in it. And we're hoping that we can prove that this number is a number that was called from Meridian Walk to call him to the scene to carry out that shooting.
Using the tip-off from the driver of the Red Rover, that evening police locate David Gaynor at a bail hostel. He's serving a 90-day rehabilitation order for carrying a knife in a public place.
David, can you take your hood down? Yeah, properly down. I want to see who you are.
Gaynor's criminal record began when he was 15. Since then, he has 9 convictions for violence, drugs, and possession of an offensive weapon.
Sergeant, the brief facts are, on the 30th of May 2004, last Sunday, Douglas Mullins, a law-abiding family man, was shot in the head in front of his wife and his children. He's currently still alive, he's in a critical condition, and we believe David Gaynor to be responsible for this.
Okay, do you understand why you've been arrested?
I'll talk to my sister.
It's just a simple yes or no if you understand what the officer said and why you've actually been arrested. That's a yes, yeah? Okay, David, I'm authorising your detention in this police station. Alright, there's a copy of your rights. Police must also give special help to people who have a mental health problem or who suffer from mental illness. Do you need the special help? Do you need help for any other reason? I just need a couple of signatures off you. One to say that I've given you your rights and one to say that you've requested legal advice. I'm going to authorise this officer to search you to see what property you have.
Got some gloves?
The police have not yet found Gaynor's phone, but they did get his number from the mobile of the driver of the Rover. Phone records may reveal if Gaynor received calls from Merrick Hamilton's mobile on the day of the shooting. The forensic team see that the Rover has been thoroughly cleaned recently, but on the passenger door handle, they find a microscopic amount of shotgun residue. It matches the discharge found at the crime scene. At Wembley Police Station, Trident has interviewed David Gaynor twice about his involvement in the shooting. He refuses to comment. He knows that exercising his right to remain silent means he won't incriminate himself. The Trident team needs more evidence to charge Gaynor with the shooting. Otherwise, they'll have to let him go.
He's had 36 hours in police custody, which expired at 9:15 this morning. And the way that it works is after someone's been in custody for 24 hours, we can get a superintendent's extension to keep him in custody for another 12 hours while the investigation's continuing as quickly as possible. And after that, the only method of detaining him further is to go to a magistrate's court and seek a warrant of further detention. And that was done this morning. That entitles us to keep him for another 36 hours in police custody. Just means we've got to be doing everything as quickly as possible and we can't delay. And as soon as we've finished our investigation, we have to release him or charge him, one or the other.
If a witness can positively identify Gaynor as the gunman, it may be enough to charge him. So police use video images of Gaynor and 8 other men in an identity parade.
We've got in there at the moment the partner of the victim and also his daughter. Obviously, if it's positive, that is extremely good evidence to support us charging the suspect with the attempted murder.
I went for the first one, wasn't him, and the second one wasn't him. And when I saw the third one, I said to the man, that's him. I knew I was going to see him, and I had confidence and faith that Operation Trident caught the right guy. So I was just waiting to see those green cold eyes and that bulging forehead, and I said, yes, that's him. It didn't take me not even 5 minutes, and at that time his solicitor was in the room, and I looked at him to make him know that I've got your man. I was very happy. You know, I positively ID'd him, and to this day his eyes are still with me, you know. I'm glad I ID'd him.
He's been picked out by the daughter of the victim, who was stood no more than 2 metres away when he pulled the trigger.
To formally charge Gaynor, DI Paul Gapper must get Crown Prosecution Service approval.
I'll do them two there, and then we'll look in the case. If we have to get some more, we'll whack them on later. All right, thanks ever so much, David. Bye. Bye. Go for both. Possession with intent to endanger life and also murder. Attempt murder. We're ready when you are.
Trident detectives tell Gaynor that he has been picked out as the gunman. He still refuses to answer. But during a cigarette break, he unexpectedly confides in DC Kevin Stones.
David, there's a note of something you have said, and I'll read this to you. On Monday, the 7th of June 2004, whilst taking David Gaynor back to his cell after interview, he asked if he could have a cigarette. I, and that is DC Stones, asked the jailer if he could open the door to the area where people smoke. When in that area, David said to me, "You're a good officer, man. I need help. I could give you drug dealers, gun suppliers." I asked him if he knew where Sykes was. He said, "How can I trust you?" I said, "We know he called you on." He said, "I just went there to frighten them. I didn't know it was a real gun. The bullets were plastic. It said on the TV the man was shot in the back of the head." I said, but he is not dead." He said, "No, but he is going to be with that injury." I asked him where Sykes was. He said, "Glendore Avenue."
Not all that often that you get somebody who will confess, albeit off the record, but it was still a confession. Although I can't use it in evidence in court, it still proves that we've got the right man. And he realises that he's going to go away for a long time.
The positive identification is enough for Trident to charge Gaynor with attempted murder. He is remanded in custody.
Your mum phoned earlier on. Right, she says she loves you very much and she'll be in touch. Okay? And maybe you can speak to the custody sergeant and get you to speak to if you want. Maybe in the custody.
I don't want to phone her.
You don't want to phone her?
Oh, do you want some clothes tomorrow?
Is anyone who can bring some clothes down for you? So yeah, there we have it. Doesn't look such a cold-hearted gunman now, does he? Still, it's a right result, I think. It's a very satisfying moment. So it's the main man now, the gunman, that's been caught and charged. Two others outstanding, but of all the ones to get, this is the one that he'd won. And considering he was unknown at the start of the week, I think we've done phenomenally well. So, yeah, excellent, right good result.
If Douglas doesn't pull through and he dies, obviously the charge will just go up on the murder. But I feel good. We know we've got the man.
While Gaynor starts the long wait for his trial, Douglas remains in hospital fighting for his life.
Although we're just hoping, and I'm hoping that he'll pull through this, I know he won't be the Douglas that I married. And I'm going to have to care for him for 24 hours right round the clock if he survives this. And also knowing that he'll probably never be able to work again. Or even be a father to us as a family and as a husband. And I think the worst thing is that if he does survive this, I'm just so afraid that he may not remember me.
It's 10 days since Douglas was shot. The code of silence that has protected so many gunmen is breaking down. David Gaynor has pointed the finger at Sykes as the man who called him in. Trident must act quickly. Sykes is a dangerous man.
Are you Simeon?
Why are you here?
Just nick him, Richard.
Under arrest on suspicion of conspiracy to murder. Do you understand that?
What?
Conspiracy to murder regarding the shooting that took place a week last Sunday.
He won't be harmed. Don't worry about him. All right?